Welcome back, designers, to Silvia Designs. I'm Kat, and Happy New Year. As you can tell, things are really new for me around here. This is a brand new space for me, and I am so excited to share a new year with you full of new designs, new techniques, new videos, and so much more. If you are joining me for the first time, welcome to KSD, where we explore the art and business of being a jewelry designer. We are going to spend this year focused on learning new jewelry techniques and how your small business can thrive in 2023. If that sounds great to you, please take this moment to hit that subscribe button and that notification bell. I have new videos every Wednesday. And follow me over on Instagram and TikTok, where I have special tutorials and live trainings. For today's tutorial, we are going to be working with an adjustable bracelet finding. Adjustable bracelets are a great design to have in your store. Because it's adjustable, it can suit a lot of different sizes, therefore opening up your inventory. For this demonstration, I'm going to be using round crystal beads, but don't be afraid to try other beads like gemstones or pearls, and go ahead and vary up those sizes for a little extra design element. Another reason I like this design is that it is easily marketable. If you are using crystals, think bridal or bridesmaids. Use crystals and pearls to match the wedding colors, and it's great because it fits a lot of different sizes of bridesmaids. Also consider that this style can be used if you want to sell birthstone jewelry, and for an added thing, you could also offer customization, say using children's birthstones for a Mother's Day design. You could even use gemstones to make a rainbow chakra style bracelet, so lots of opportunity here. Let me know what you think of this design down in the comments below. All of the items you are about to see are linked down in that description box below. Please consider using those links, as they do help support this channel. All right, if you're ready, let's dive into making our adjustable bracelet. For this design, you will need a pair of flush cutters, a pair of chain nose pliers, and a pair of round nose pliers. We're going to be using 2 head pins, 7 eye pins, our adjustable bracelet finding. I have 2 4mm round crystals and 7 8mm round crystals. This is everything we are going to need to complete this design. Take a look at the bracelet finding itself. It has these 2 chains coming through this center bead that has a little core of a silicone to it. So that allows that chain to slide through without getting smooshed. Now, to each end here, there is a cord end and an open jump ring, and that's true for each side here. So this little piece will slide along to open up that bracelet. So you can see that when we pull it apart, it comes together at the end. And then once you have your bracelet attached, you just pull these 2 to get it to the length that you want. And you'll see how it works once we've actually completed this design. I'll go ahead and put it on for you. But this is what that adjustable bracelet finding looks like. Okay? So I'm going to move it down to one side, just so I know what is my center point and what are my little dangles that are going to hang off at the end. For the first step, I'm going to create that main focal that's going to go and wear on the top of the wrist. So to do this, I'm going to take one of my eye pins, and I'm going to use my 6mm beads. Go ahead and string it onto the eye pin. And now what we want to do is we're going to create a chain of these. So I want my loop to be facing this way, just like so. I'm going to bend it back using my round nose pliers. And now I'm just going to scooch my round nose pliers up just a little bit so I get a nice size loop. I'm going to bend that wire up and over the top, wrapping it all the way around. And now I'm just going to rotate my pliers to get them out of the way and bring that wire all the way across to create that loop. All right, and now I'm going to remove my round nose pliers and sneak my flush cutters in there and get a nice little clip. Now I can set my little scrap of wire aside, and I have one of my little dangles here. So I'm just going to simply repeat that for the other 6 that I have here, and then we're going to link them all together. Now we are going to attach all 7 pieces together by opening and closing their simple wire loops. So go ahead and pick up one of your components here, And I'm just going to rotate it, and you can hold it in your hands. Bring your chain nose pliers in, and we're going to grip that loop. And what we're going to do is we're just going to bend it back to open it ever so slightly. Now we're going to take another component, hook it on to that loop, come in with our chain nose pliers one more time, and close that up. Now we're just going to simply repeat that. So now we have this loop on this side here. Come in with those chain nose pliers just like we did. Open it up just a little bit. Grab another component, slip it on, and close it up. So I'm just going to continue to do this until I have added all of them in a string of 7. Now we are ready to attach our strand of 7 crystals to our bracelet finding. So we're going to be using the same technique of opening and closing those simple wire loops. You do have an opportunity to open and close those jump rings, but since we already have this, we're just going to keep going this way. Okay, so rotate again. I want to make sure that I can keep that loop on my right hand side just because I'm right-handed, so that's how I like to do it. We're going to go ahead and bend back and open that loop and come to one side here and string that little open loop, that little jump ring there, right onto it, okay? And now close that loop. So we have it attached on one side. Now we're going to go to the other side here. Now it's flipped around in my head. I know I was working over here. So now we've flipped around here, and we're just going to do the exact same thing and open up that loop. Slip on our jump ring. Make sure we open the loop enough. Didn't quite do it. There we go. And slip on that loop. And come in and close that loop nice and tight. Okay? So we have our chain of crystals attached to one end. Now, we can test to see if this is the size that we want by pulling this all the way down so that we don't have any slack left on this side here. We just have those little ends sticking out, right? So this is as big as it could be. Now, when you try to slip it over your wrist, you want to make sure that it's going to slip over this big part of your knuckles here, right? So we just slide, slide, slide. And now I know that it's going to fit over my wrist, right? Really nice. Actually, it kind of goes all the way across my wrist there. Really beautiful. Okay, now I'm going to slip it off though, because we can't just leave these two little ends here with nothing on them. So I'm going to slide these up, and let's finish off and add a little dangle to each end. To do this, I'm going to change up my size here, and I'm going to go with some 4mm as opposed to the 6 that I was using up there, because those are really beautiful, but I want to make sure that it's nice and delicate down here. So I'm going to take some head pins now, and I'm going to slide on my 4mm crystal, use my round nose pliers to come in and bend it back, and I'm going to wrap it up and over, creating that simple wire loop. Now I brought out the larger head pins here today because I thought I might have wanted to do a wrapped wire loop, but in the spirit of making it all nice and consistent, I think I want to keep them as the little simple wire loops. So let me show you that one more time. Slide it all the way down. Come in with those round nose pliers, bend it backwards, wrap it up and over the top, bring it around, and trim with your flush cutters. All right, so now I have my 2 little dangles. The final step is to add these to my bracelet, and I bet you guessed it, we are going to open up these little simple wire loops using our chain nose pliers, slipping them onto our bracelet, closing it up, making sure that we get a nice good closure. There we go. And repeating on this other side here, opening up my simple wire loop, sliding on my jump ring, and closing this loop. There we go. All right, so this is what our finished design looks like here. Now let me show you what it looks like when you wear it. So again, to put it on, we're going to pull that down, slide it over our wrist, and you want it to be a little tight because we don't want too long at the dangles here. Now I'm just going to kind of use my fingers to push it down, and now it can wear on my wrist as loose or as tight as I want, but I have these little dangles hanging down there at the bottom. So you see how nice that is? So really nice adjustable design. And to remove it, simply pull this and slide it off. Thanks so much for watching, designers. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them below. Before you go, make sure you are subscribed and you hit that notification bell. And please follow me over on Instagram and TikTok at Silvia Designs. Shop all of the items and tools down in that description box below. Thanks again. I'll see you in the next video.